Hi everybody. A nice beautiful day out there, except there's no wind. So I decided why not shoot another little video with you guys. I just left the yacht club, and me and a fellow sailor, boat owner, were talking about some tough stains and how does he remove and how do I remove some tough stains and all that. And I thought I'd shoot a quick video on some of the products I always have on board. And these are not really marine products, by the way, but they do an awesome job. I've been using them for years, so it's not just a one-off. Some of them I've been using almost 20 years now. So let me just go through them one at a time, and then I'll show you the Pine Sol here, which is a great product, and you'll see why in a minute. So one of the things I use a lot is it's a waterless wash and wax for automotive. It's great for fiberglass, plexiglass. I use it on my plastic windows as well for my Dodger and my Bimini and my full enclosure as well. So this is great. It cleans and leaves a nice coat, a nice waxy coat to the surface of that you're trying to clean. Now, if it's really dirty or very dusty, for example, like on my Dodger windows or plastic window, or even the plexiglass windows and the hatches, so I clean those first, make sure there's not any major dust or whatever, and then I just clean this. And once in a while, I go back with this. All you need is this and a couple of clean microfiber towels, and you're good to go. By the way, I also use this on my car and the plastic headlights and tail lights as well. So it's been keeping them and protecting them from fading in the sun as well. So this is a great product. I get mine at Canadian Tire, and it's called Dry Shine. I've tried many other brands. This one seems to be the one that works really the best, lasts the longest as well. By the way, in the spring, before I put the boat in the water, I wash the hull above the waterline completely, and then I spray it with this, the whole hull, and it takes me literally, it's a 27 foot, it takes me literally half an hour, and I waxed the whole boat on the outside. I've been doing that since I've owned this boat 10 years and probably another 10 years with the previous boat. So I speak from experience. Work smart, not hard. The second product that I have, and I had a video on this, and I'll put a couple of links in the description of this video, but this is actually glass top or cooktop cleaner polisher. So when I've had some tough stains to get rid of on the fiberglass or the gel coat or whatever, I've never used it on the plastic windows. I wouldn't recommend that. But this has really gotten it back to really, really clean, almost original quality. It doesn't damage the surface. And then I follow that through, of course, once I'm done with this to reseal or re-wax, if you will, where I just cleaned with the stovetop stuff. My wife is an arachnophobic, and meaning she hates and scared of spiders and all that. So I always spray the whole boat with the Spider Out by Wilson's. This won't leave any stains anywhere, so I spray the whole boat except the windows on the Dodger or Bimini. I stay away from them, but the inside of the Dodger, the Bimini, along the threads as well, the lifelines, all the way. I just go around the whole boat after I wash it. And then I also spray my entire mast and my instruments before putting the mast up in the spring. So I've been using this at home as well, around the whole house. It doesn't leave any stains. It's easy to use, and it really, really works. It really works. So again, Spider Out, I think, is one of the good product as well. I also keep on board some methyl hydrate. So sometimes you're doing some work and for some reason you need to remove some silicone or some sealer or something that's sticky or gummy or whatever. Easy to use. It dissolves all that. Easy to clean up and all that. And once I clean the surface or whatever, if I need to reapply, of course, I'll use alcohol or vinegar to decontaminate that surface before I reapply the thing. Last but not least, and this one's interesting because when I did a couple of videos on when I resealed my windows, I removed these and resealed them. Again, I'll put a link on the description of this video so you can see how I did this one and how I did that one. But one of the questions that some guys sent me a comment on or PM me, private message me, is what do I do with the rubber seal here? Theirs is old, they can't find a new one or whatever. So a little bit of a secret, or a little bit of a cautionary first, is I've read some guys say, oh, just use Vaseline or another substance or whatever. And that is wrong. It may appear that it works well in the first instance, maybe the first 2 or 3 seasons, but Vaseline will actually slowly deteriorate the rubber. There's a component inside or an ingredient inside of Vaseline that will, advance or push the decomposition of the rubber seal. Oddly enough, pine sol. So what I do is I take a little cap full. I have a little cap, take the cap, fill that up. I use Q-tips for the ears, Q-tips, and I just gently put some all along here, the pine sol. I let that soak in for about 20 minutes, and then I put another coat. So the first year I did it, it probably took me about 4 coats, and it really brings back the rubber back to its almost natural or original shape. It keeps it nice and flexible and all that, so it won't promote drying it up like Vaseline will, or WD-40 or other things. The things I've read was amazing. Some guys even put a little bit of a clean motor oil, for example. What happens is that also you end up putting that up in there because it won't get absorbed by the rubber. So end up just collecting dust that gets stuck to it. So it's even a worse job. So I use pine sol. I don't mess around. They have different pine sol with different aromas. I stick with the original. I don't like not knowing what is it that they put for it to change color or have a different aroma. So I stick with the original pine sol. Again, honestly, I get this at a dollar store. I don't know if your local dollar store has pine sol as well. Well worth it. As you can see, it's quite a bit. I don't think they make a smaller component, but this is good around all the rubbers that you have on board, even around your doors for your car, the rubber seal. Just lay that on with a rag, let it soak in before you close the door or close the window. Let it soak in properly. If you have a rubber baffle on your manual foot pump for the boat, or water pump or manual pump in the cockpit, you can soak it with that pine sol, make sure that rubber doesn't dry up on you, because it hardly gets used, the manual pump. So it's easy with the hot sun and all that they start getting brittle. And the minute you really need to use it, the baffle might crack on you. So again, an ounce of prevention. So listen, so these are the products that I use on board. I hope that you found this video interesting, certainly cost effective. We know that the marine grade product, although I'm not saying anything bad about them, but they are usually more expensive than their somewhat equivalent in automotive or other products that we can use for these purposes. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you could, and forward it to your friends as well that may find these products interesting. I'll probably put another video later on about some other products I keep on board as well. Have a great day. Be safe out there, guys.